not what we wanted. Oh, now we're live. Oh yeah, this is way off. Alright, about as good as we're gonna get. Let's head off to... I don't know why we were over there. Let's head off to Neverland. Alright. And we will visit this world.
What are they, Captain? Back! You'll not get me treasure!
Leave them to me.
They want your true treasure. Your heart. Whatever, though. Evade all the unburst. Not done yet. We're getting close to the Oh, ow, I just got pecked. I got pecker picked by a peekaboo. Actually, I'm a little surprised that didn't go anywhere. There we go. I did take care of them for you, Mr. Hook. Like I did. Told?
If I desired your assistance,
I just like destroying them?
We had the situation under control. Isn't that right, Smee?
Alright.
Oh, yes, Captain,
Have fun.
completely. We would have cleaved those fiends to the brisket, we would. Why, I'd have given them a little of this and this.
And don't think your efforts mean you'll get a share of me treasure, understand?
Don't want it.
I'm not after your precious box, Captain. I'm looking for a person. A boy wearing a mask. Ring any bells?
No, not a one.
Figures.
Smee! You blithering barnacle! We're off! We shall leave this place before the light draws them back again.
Hey, hold on. What did you just say about the light?
Nothing. Oh
Ah,
God, what
yes,
is Hook
it's
planning?
heartbreaking, really. This chest, you see, contains light gathered from all around. And I've got an acquaintance, a boy, who's sure to try and seize it.
A boy who's after the light. If it's not Vanitas, then who?
Well,
Hey.
Peter Pan.
Why don't I help you keep the light safe? Maybe you could
Oh,
tell
yes,
me more
'cause
about
you're
this boy
such
who's
a great-
troubling you.
Why don't you just
What's his
open
name?
it and devour it?
Peter Pan!
I was right.
This chest must be brought to Skull Rock safely. Don't let that Peter Pan anywhere near it.
Right. I got you covered.
But what if I want to? And yeah, we got treasure number 16 first, because that makes sense. the gully. Sure, why not? Is it gonna tell me it's the gully, though? No. How do I know? I don't. I just know because there's a save point. Alrighty, what do we got? Yes. I should probably check to see if the stuff leveled up at all. Well, okay, I guess everything leveled up. Sure, why not? Okay, that was weird. Let's go ahead and try that again, though, shall we? High potion, head out via the north exit, which is really the only choice. Alright. Like, Mermaid Lagoon, okay. And then where are we heading? South into the seacoast. We can do that. All right. I guess it does kind of tell you which one we're at, doesn't it? Okay, you do that. You're still not gonna live to see. Ow! All right. I don't know. Okay, that is the seacoast at least. Go west. I mean, I really don't have a choice, do I? West is kind of the way you have to go when there's only one exit. Okay. I guess before you know it, we're just gonna be dead. I mean, I'm not gaining any new magic, so we're not really going anywhere, but... Alright, Rainbow Falls Base. There are some small islands in the center. Awesome, I suppose. Oh, that's a surprise. That poor little guy probably had no idea what was even coming until it happened. Okay, there's the Mega Elixir. And you threw the spider chest? Yup. Worm. Spider chest. Ooh. Focus your power and then unleash your ship. Lots of prizes. Gotcha. But we need twisted hours. Do I need to go up here? Up. Up. Well, that didn't work, did it? Can I not get the sticker yet? I mean, that's cool if I can't. Alright, whatever.
Want some? Take that! Want some?
Zero, gotta be, yeah. Alright, well, that's something. Got everything right now? Well, I mean, unless we want a Mega Elixir, then yeah, we're really good to go. And return to Mermaid Lagoon. Alright. Ah, that works too. Alright, well, take care of that, so now we can go back. And then return to Mermaid Lagoon. I'm a-trying. I'm failing, but I'm a-trying. Boy.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
Oh yeah, that does remind me though. How is the finished commands going? 296. So it is leveling up slowly. Wait, did I just get to my... Okay, I didn't get to Mermaid Lagoon. I was like, what's going on? I think I've seen it already. Yep, elixir. This must be the dark cave. I was like, what is this darkness you speak of that I do not see? Cloak yourself in darkness, then charge it far away. Of dooming them. Aww. Sadness? Oh. Didn't know I could speed rush this. Well, heck yeah. Alright, let's see. Oh. Yeah, I'm getting Thunderage over here because I thought you'd be smart. I got nothing for you, buddy. You screwed that one over. Oh boy, here we go again. Yeah, that's not what I need, but that is what's happening, isn't it?
Want some? Take that! Want some?
No. Oh God, not again. Something about jumping up higher, but I am not figuring this out. Well, this is going very well, isn't it? I am kind of lost on what we're supposed to be doing here. missing something, and it shows, and I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what I'm missing. I am definitely lost and confused.
Want some? Take that! Want some?
Unless maybe I am looking at this
Want
wrong.
some? Take that!
Maybe I'm supposed to go this way. Yeah, that seems more logical, right? There we go. Things are making sense again. Or some form of sense. All right.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
All right, much better. So we just gotta beat the crud out of rocks for a while.
Want some? Take that!
Oh, that didn't go as well as one would hope, but it's kind of whatever. All right. I see. Thank you. There we go. That seems more like it. Okay. That should have worked, but we'll let it go. Awesome. Alright, Geo Impact. Oh. I guess that then. Okay.
Take that!
Yeah, I don't have a reason to do it more than once. I would have now. Now was a little then, and then was a little late.
Want some? Take that!
Alright then. I guess we'll go. Woo! Alright, Ether, Ethernet. I don't know. Skull Rock. Cross over to Skull Rock? No. Of course. Ooh, Ario. YCO. I mean, okay, if that's what you want. All right. Hello, Mr. Spider Chest. Spider chest. Spider chest. Whatever a spider chest does. What does it do? Apparently it dies. Oh, good. I can get away a little bit. All right, that's fine though. So what do we got? Okay, well, that's interesting. Ha 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 ha!
Well done.
Okay. Thanks.
Pardon me, Captain.
Yes.
It's about that shooting star I was mentioning to ye.
Mr. Smee, I ordered you to drop that. I'll not have you
Don't
gushing
wanna.
on about some shooting star.
But Captain, most shooting stars twinkle for a bit and then they go out. But this one
just went out?
It kept on sparkling and shining even after it crashed down. Why, what if it's really a big, enormous, priceless gemstone?
That guy's
Idiot!
attention.
Why didn't you tell me?
I tried, I think.
We've a bit of business to attend to and must, I fear, step away. I trust you can see to things till I return.
Sure. When Peter Pan gets here, I'll be waiting.
And I'll slaughter him. Because I don't know any better, right? Is that what this comes down to?
That old codfish looks like he's found himself a new flunky. I'll fly down and distract him. Men, you move in and nab the treasure.
And what he doesn't realize is that I kill him.
Are
and
you
it's
Peter Pan?
Lost Boys.
Me?
The light is not yours to take.
Sure. Put Peter Pan in his place. Oh, kind of my pleasure.
You won't stop me.
Let's go.
Sure.
So long.
I feel like I did.
What do you want with the light?
Light? What light?
Look, Pan! We got the chest!
No, not yet, you blockheads.
Hey,
Look!
Guys, heavy chest, you have short legs, and I'm faster than you.
That hurt!
oh, sorry.
Now what is this?
Pirate treasure, of course. Jewels, doubloons, you know, the usual stuff.
I've been guarding a pile of loot?
Sounds like you've
Yep.
been tricked.
I'll say. I owe you an apology. I picked a fight over nothing.
Oh, it was all in good fun. Not every day I get to fight
How?
such a good swordsman. Say, what's your name anyway?
How?
Tara.
Right then, Tara. Which way
I
did
shot
Hook
my
go?
shot luck
They
at
said
you and it
something
just
about a
ended
shooting
you.
star.
Shooting star? Tinkerbell must be in danger. Men, guard that treasure with your lives!
Aye, aye, sir.
You go and get him, Pan!
Well, I should be on my way.
Sure. A D-Link with Peter Pan. Okay. What was my point here? Okay. I suppose. Yeah, you're gonna want to go back. And if I say no, like, I'm done. Screw you all. I won't go, right? I'm good. Oh, they're back.
Unversed.
Like, they want the treasure.
Stay back.
That's super weird. Okay. Defeat countless unversed. Gotcha.
Take that! Want some? Take that! Want some? Take that! Want some?
My area's awesome.
Take that! Want some? Take that! Want some?
Wow,
Take
talk
that.
about leveling stuff
Want
up
some?
out of nowhere. Ow, don't do that to me. Ow, ow,
Take that! Want some? Take that! Want some? Take that! Want some?
Actually, you know what?
Let's go!
That's why I didn't think this
Say
before.
goodbye!
Yeah, see, I don't know why I didn't think of this. Would have been a lot faster. But hey.
Boy, you sure cut that monster down to size.
Ahoy!
Monsters,
How dare you,
but
lad?
Look!
Go hide. Fine. All's well. What's that?
Tinkerbell, one of Peter Pan's dearest friends.
Can I take a look?
freedom.
So long as I have his precious pixie, Pan's demise is all but assured.
I let her out on accident.
What's the meaning of this?
You know, I didn't give it that much thought. Just doing what my heart tells me.
That's mutiny.
There you go.
And you'll walk the plank for it.
Not really. I have a keyblade.
That sound.
Yeah, there's a crocodile or alligator still after you, too. Look at him.
Hooray! We sure showed hook this time.
Every star up there is another world.
Terra.
Oh, look.
Yep. Hard
At
to
the
believe
beginning
there are
of the
so
game
many
again.
worlds out there besides our own. The light is their hearts. And it's shining down on us like a million lanterns.
What? I don't get it.
In other words, they're just
Someday
like
you
you,
might.
Ben.
What does that mean?
You'll find out someday, I'm sure.
I want to know now.
Yeah, no.
So much for the pirate treasures.
Did you
What
guys
the
really
heck
want the
happened? Did
jewels
they
and
steal
gold
it?
that badly?
Nah, we don't care about that stuff.
But Pan was counting on us.
I'll tell you what. Put the stuff that's really special to you in there. That can be your treasure.
Yeah! Real swell idea. Thanks.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Kind of makes me wonder what I'd put in there.
I think it's obvious that it's the friendship bracelet. A keyblade that makes up for its poor reach with an excellent boast in magic. It also makes it easier to land critical hits and deals higher damage when you do.
This light. It's so warm.
Yeah, it's also a light that you normally don't have to deal with. Unless you're crazy. Like me. Hey, look, Brute.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit.
Aqua. Ven.
Nobody.
I wonder if we'll ever be a team again. Looks like all the things that once held us together just push us further away. And now the light has led me here. What am I supposed to do?
It's kind of darkness. Oh, there's some light. Never mind.
Hey, slow down. Would you just wait for me? Give it up already? Come on, Sora. I can't run anymore.
Riku and Sora.
Light. Was I guided here in order to meet that boy?
Probably.
Oh, ahoy! We're over here. Riku, race ya. First one to the boat gets to be captain. Come on. You call that running?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Hey, did you come from the outside world?
Huh? Why would you say that?
Because nobody lives out here. And I know you're not from the main island.
Smart kid. So how about you? What are you doing here?
Oh, my friend's dad took us out on the boat. This is where we like to play. But they won't let us row out here by ourselves. Not till we get older.
Must be hard, huh? Stuck in one place?
He wants to travel the world.
I heard once there was a kid who left for good.
Huh. That's super weird.
So
Wonder
how
if
did
that
you
was
get here
Ventus.
anyway?
Or Ven. Something
Is
like
there
that.
some reason you're interested in the outside world?
Yeah. I want to be strong one day. Like that kid who left. He went to the outside world. I bet he's really strong now.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
you'd
out there
think.
somewhere. The strength that I need.
Strength for what?
To protect the things that matter. You know, like my friends.
outside this tiny world is a much bigger one. In your hand, take this key. So long as you have the makings, then through this simple act of taking, its wielder you shall one day be, and you will
Which
find
explains
me,
why he's
friend.
able to use a keyblade.
No ocean
Wait.
will contain you then. No more borders
They'll find
around
me?
or below or above, so long as you champion the ones you love.
Riku!
Yeah, there's still a lot I don't understand.
Come on, hurry it up!
You got a secret, okay? Otherwise, all the magic will wear off.
Hey, what was that all about? You know. Know what? Why won't you tell me? Who was that guy? Somebody you know? Maybe.
Sure.
Oh, there you go again. Just tell me. I really can't.
Never.
I've got to keep it a secret. Not with me, you don't. I'm like the best secret keeper in the world. Nice try.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Riku.
Protect the things that matter. Right. My friends matter to me too. So, I still have things that I have to protect.
A well-balanced keyblade that provides an extra boost to all your stats. We'll see how it works then.
That light. Is it Ben?
Master Terra,
No.
find me. We must speak at once.
Master Xehanort.
Master, you're evil, aren't you? Or oh yeah, we gotta go back. The command board. Well, that's good. Yeah, we can't land because it's non-existent. Alright, where do they want us to land? I see 90%, and we gotta keep it around 90%. Alright, the ghoulie. Yes. The jungle clearing. You're not north. And what do you want, Pan? Grown-ups can be real good at telling fibs. I'd watch out if I were you. You look like an easy guided trick. Well, that's actually amazing information that you should probably keep, bud. Good for you.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
Alright, let's see what we can do. Wow, that sucks for everything but... Yeah, sure, why not? I do see where it's different, though. Hey guys, you're back, I see. Pan's real good at games. He makes everything lots of fun, even fighting with Hook and those smelly pirates. That's what I think about the smelly pirates. I wish I could decide on my most favorite treasure. He will. All right. Yeah, so be it. Alright, should at least be all the treasure. Finally. Land at Peter's hideout. Is that what this is? Yes, it is. South section of the hideout? Really? Oh, it is. Crap. Oh, I see.
Want some? Take that! Want some?
Okay. Right. Oh, look, the pirate ship's there.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
About to gain a level, though. That's awesome.
Want some?
Ooh, strength increase. Nice. Apparently Hook is very, very angry at us. You know how that goes, right? I mean, they're kind of butt heads, but it's fine.
Want some?
Yeah, you're a bunch of buttheads for, wanting to murder me, but I suppose that you are my enemies now, right?
Take that! Want some? Take that!
Stop being mean. Wow, there's Skull Island again. Yes. Ah, I see where I screwed up. Not again!
Take that! Want some? Take that!
It worked, except I still failed, apparently. I suppose it happens. Yay. Alright, this thing is supposed to be down here.
Want some? Take that! Want some?
There it is. And then accidentally, we already did the other one too. Uh-oh, though. Oh, we did get some, okay. The dancing lemon, the golden jam, and whipped dream. Yep, this thing.
Want some? Take that! Want some? Take that! Want some?
That might be a little problematic. Yeah, whatever. Let's see the gully. Ice slide, huh? I mean, it tells me to, so... Okay, whatever you say. We'll be back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Alright. They said 4, but there's definitely more than
4. Want some? Take that! Want some?
Yeah.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
Yeah, about that. We're just gonna grind just a little bit in here.
Take that! Want some? Take that! Want some? Take that!
Oh boy, just a little bit more then, right?
Want some? Take that! Want some?
I do want some.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
I mean, to be fair, I've kind of got that built up.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
That's got it out now, right?
Want some?
Magic increased. Awesome. Oh, I don't have it all maxed out though, do I? Alright, sure.
Take that! Want some? Take that!
Dang. Okay, now we have to go, you know. All right, let's go. Yeah, sorry, we're gonna stay. Whale map. Alright. And move up to Gully. Okay.
Take that!
Let's see how we do. Let's see what it is. You don't want to see what it is. Attack the elemental cluster with the corresponding magic elements.
Want some?
Oh. We need 70, and I don't know how many I have.
Want some? Here.
Ah, I needed 70. Fail. Fail. We were close, though. That ice dash would have been nice, but I haven't run into it, so... Anytime. I hate you.
Take that!
Come on. Yay, we did it.
Take that.
We did it. We did it. Woohoo. Rank 3. Awesome. Gain voltage stack. I don't know what voltage stack does, but I'm sure we're about to find out. Jolt enemies will line up your markers with the left stick to trigger an explosion. Ha ha ha, I see. Huh. Neat. When do I go back? I'm a little confused. Ah. I mean, this is awesome. We're done. I mean, pretty much. I mean, we're not going to get to an hour and a half because the game did, or the stream did kind of cut out. So it's kind of like, whoops. Okay, Peter Pan, because of course, stacks, command styles, blade charge. Yeah, we're still working on that. Alright, reports. Oh, crap, there's 2 of them. Alright, Neverland. A boy named Peter Pan was after the light that filled Captain Hook's treasure chest, so Tara agreed to escort Hook to a nearby cave and help keep the light safe. The 2 of them reached Skull Rock without incident, but not long after, Hook left to go search for a shooting star. Peter Pan appeared. He and Tara dueled, but when the contents of the treasure chest came spilling out, revealing Hook's light to be nothing more than shiny medallions and jewels, Tara realized he'd been had. He told Peter Pan where Hook had gone, and the boy raced off at once. To help Tinkerbell, the pixie who had gone looking for the same shooting star. Tara had only just left the cave himself when a swarm of Unversed drew him back inside. After he had dispatched the last of them, Captain Hook returned with a lantern. Locked inside was Tinkerbell. Unaware Tara's allegiances had changed, Hook handed over the lantern. He was still grinning at his own good fortune when Tinkerbell kicked him square in the nose. Yeah, he kind of deserved it. Tara had let her out. Hook was furious but fled the scene in terror when he heard the crocodile approach. Much to Peter Pan's friend's disappointment, the gold and jewels in the treasure chest had been lost. What were they going to do with an empty chest? Tara suggested they fill it up with their own treasures, things special to them, but all the while he wondered what he would pick if asked to do the same. And Destiny Island. Beckoned by a warm light, Tara arrived at a small island surrounded by endless ocean. He saw a tree with star-shaped fruit, just like the one Aqua had told them about. Tara clutched his wayfinder and wondered what purpose the island might hold for him. 2 boys came running by, one of them a boy with silver hair, radiant with light. He longed to journey to the outside world and find the strength to keep his friends safe. Tara saw some of himself in the boy, and there was a time when brute strength was all that mattered to him. Sensing a kinship between them, Tara decided to bequeath the Keyblade's power to the boy in a simple ceremony. The child listened quietly, then a tiny hand closed around the enormous Keyblade's hilt. Tara's uncertainty had left him. It was not too late to go back to his keep them safe. He could still be the person he had set out to be. Yeah, Unversed mission, go figure. Interesting, Destiny Island before Neverland. Well, only Sora and Riku, so that's fast. A cheerful, energetic little boy. He and his friend Riku always play together out on the island. And then Riku. A little boy who yearns to see the outside world. Tara chose him to inherit the power of the Keyblade. Riku deeply cares for his friend, Sora, and believes the strength he needs to protect people awaits him somewhere in the wider world. Cool, cool. And everything should be from Peter Pan, so no need to read past the first one of Peter Pan, 1953. A boy from Neverland, where no one ever has to grow up. Peter may hatch plans faster than he can stick to them, but he lacks nothing for courage and a sense of what's right. Captain Hook tricked Tara into fighting him, but the misunderstanding was soon cleared up, and Peter flew off to save Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell. A pixie who lives in Neverland. Tara saved her from the clutches of Captain Hook. Slightly. One of the Lost Boys who live in Peter Pan's hideout. He, Peter, and Cubby were hoping to swipe Captain Hook's treasure. And Cubby, one of the Lost Boys who live in Peter Pan's hideout. Peter took him in slightly to try to swipe Captain Hook's treasure. Captain Hook. A pirate of Neverland, and Peter Pan's arch enemy. He tricked Tara into guarding his treasure, but lies never last, and Peter made off with the treasure chest anyway. His usual swagger is replaced by terror at the very sight or sound of the crocodile. Understandable. Mr. Shmee. A pirate in the service of Captain Hook. Blunderer and blockhead he may be, but Shmee never abandons his captain. The crocodile. Captain Hook's most feared enemy, who apparently can swim in air now. Just a few ticks of the clock he swallowed are enough to send Hook running for dear life. The Unversed. Alright, Triple Wrecker. This is actually 3 Unversed joined together, each with a different element. Remember that the middle element calls the shots, and you won't run into too much trouble. Fortunately, Triple Wrecker doesn't know that many ways to wreck. Wait for an opening, like when it's shifting formation, for example. Wild Bruiser. This simple-minded simian still packs quite a punch. Thankfully, its feet don't move much faster than its brain. So once the coast is clear, you can rush in, deal some damage, and escape before the monkey business resumes. Wild Bruisers home in on you when they charge. Dodging works better than blocking if you want to set up a counterattack. Elemental Cluster. This Unverse is composed of 3 different elements. Zero in on the middle one. That's its weakness. Prepare a command deck with fire, blizzard, and thunder attacks. And don't forget command styles. When the elements line up, it's your chance to earn massive points. 115 out of 115. We are doing amazing. I think same thing with the sticker album at this point. Yeah, I think it's just that one we're missing. We should have it soon. Yep. Alright, we will go ahead and leave it here for today. Tomorrow we'll go see what Xenohort wants and see what trouble we can get into. Maybe almost be done with Terra's story. And then just 2 more left to go. Plus a crap ton of perfection. But